Now you'll hear me. Hello there, Night Shift crew. So, got an announcement about studio time, and I want to be one of the first persons that tell you Merry Christmas, because as far as I'm concerned, it's already that time of year. I already got Christmas lights, and I displayed those last night for you all, if not the night before. So, just gonna miscellaneous chat with whoever wants to tonight. And I do have a small announcement of what I was planning to tell you guys about new music coming. So I'm going to go into that in a few minutes here. But hi, Irma. And sorry, it is dark again. So you're just going to have to treat these like they're audio files. And if my face shows up on the screen or if Cassie shows up, then hey, bonus face. Or at least I hope it's a bonus. Hi, Teresa. You're obviously hearing me okay, so that's good. Hey, Ray. God bless. So, the only topics I have in store for you this evening, talking a little bit about some studio time coming up that I have. And also, I wanted to be the first to tell you Merry Christmas, if nobody told you that yet, because we're going to bring it back big time this year. I mean, considering everything that we're all seeing about positive changes already and positive sentiment in the country and all that kind of stuff. If you didn't see the video I posted with the Trump dance today, then you definitely want to do that, because that just might be your video of the day. It really could be. And yeah, the Trump dance has indeed gone viral. Can you believe that? Hi, Sheila. Good evening. So, yep, Cassie's here, sniffing stuff like usual, and ready to roll. So we're going to keep rolling. So, yeah, I'm going to lay out another tiny prediction. Not really a prediction, but with what's taken place with the viral Trump dance, and like I said, just the sentiment in the country already changing, knowing that we now have President-elect Donald Trump, I think this Christmas is going to be different. And maybe there'll be a little bit more of a outgoing, forward Merry Christmas greeting to everybody, because we're kind of just at this point where people are going to kind of live more the way they want without worrying about what other people are thinking. And it's been quite a ride the last just 4 years alone. So think about that. So not really a prediction, but it's already happening. And so it'll be, well, of course, every Christmas is unique, but I think it's going to be unique in some positive ways. So, oh, yeah. And I got ahead of myself. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone early. The holidays, these are like, well, they're not all the favorite holidays, but some of the favorites back to back, November and December. And it's like they get here so fast and then bam, it's done. So, even though I usually don't listen to a lot of Christmas music until I don't know, maybe mid-December or something like that. But as far as the greetings go and spreading the cheer, I'm all about it early, because like I said, it goes by real quick, and it's basically just an opportunity to share some neighborly Christmas cheer and Thanksgiving cheer first, I suppose. Thanks, Irma. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you guys all have great holidays and an amazing start to the next year, which, if I'm honest, it might be a bit crazy still until at least when Trump is back end of January. But there's even the possibility of it going longer than that. But like I keep telling you guys, we don't need to worry about it. Just do what we need and want to do now and enjoy the show. Do you have Christian music? Okay, well, that's the first thing I want to talk about was the studio time. So next Tuesday, I will be going to an engineer friend of mine's small studio, but he's amazing. I mean, he could be in any size studio and just does a fantastic job. And I've worked with him a couple times at Studio West in San Diego. So this first project, I mean, the big announcement is I'm going back to the studio because I've done self-produced the last 10 years, other than like some group projects that I did. So all the albums, all the stuff I've put out, basically the last 10 years was self-produced. So I love doing it, but to be able to go back to the studio and work with an engineer friend of mine who is just awesome and has all the tools and bells and whistles, I'm really looking forward to having kind of a new and improved sound for piano instrumentals. That's a big one for me, but for any of you who enjoy the piano instrumentals, it's just going to be a better sound and even better with headphones. So, and he's going to help me set up basically my project template and improve it for me. So after this studio session or a couple sessions, I'll basically just have my piano sound that I will be able to use at my home studio from then on. So I'm really excited about that because, of course, I want the perfect sound, but it's hard to do with your own little studio. And, there's so much gear you can buy to actually get the dream sound. So other than that, I do have a Christian song or two with vocals that I've been working on just this month. Nothing I've showed any of you, but I really don't know if we're going to have the time even in December to finish that. So it might turn into January, but I am looking forward to getting back to some sort of official projects, and I want to release some new music for, well, could be some in 2024, but probably a lot more in 2025 is the goal. So yeah, I can't do that kind of stuff without all of your help and support. So I appreciate it a lot. And those of you who have subscribed on my newest channels, Matt Savina Music and INFJenius, INFJenius with a J, then that's going to help a lot too in the coming year. Let's see. Teresa, thank you. Oh, I got way behind here. God is working behind the scenes. Hello, brothers and sisters. Miss Constitutional Rights is in the house. Another challenge for me if I want to dive into the search. I am probably game for the search whenever I get a chance. West Coast Wizard, look him up. Okay. I will have to do that when I get a chance. Okay, I got Cassie back and back on the road. Okay, let's go. So, as I was saying, this first studio time isn't quite like, it's not a release yet of anything. It's just me going. But it's a great sign that things are coming together, and I'm thankful to be able to go back to the studio recording outside of my studio and work with him again. His name's Ian, and he's just, not only is he an amazing audio engineer, but he's just totally laid back, cool guy, totally the kind of person that I want to be recording with. And it's an interesting experience in the studio because you do all the preparation beforehand, but you want to be working with the right people, even if it's your studio engineer, because there's kind of a mood that you're trying to create or recreate, and things feel a little bit different when you're in that environment, but it's usually in a good way because you're working with the fancy equipment and everything, and it sounds good, but it's just different. And like I said, one of the things I'm most excited about it is who I'm working with, because I know what the vibe is going to be, and it'll be a comfy vibe. And when you're paying per hour, you want it to be a comfy vibe. So thanks, Irma. Let's see. He claims to be Thomas. Did he miss who in the... Interesting. I definitely haven't heard that one yet, but I will gladly search later. So yeah, other than that, I think that's all my big major announcements, which isn't much. But if you didn't see the short videos I posted today, or at least one here, then that might give you some happiness and inspiration. The hint is YMCA. And if you're a Trump fan, you probably already know where that's going. Oh, I already said it at the beginning. Anyway. So, yeah, the viral dance. I see you're talking about Revelation, which was always one of the most interesting books of the Bible for me, because it hasn't happened yet. Thanks, Irma. So far, so good. I was starting to feel this last week like the studio thing wasn't going to happen because he's such a busy guy. But we managed to find one day that we can spend at least 5 or 6 hours. So I'm pretty confident we're going to get at least one thing done that day. So, yeah, my thoughts on the end times in return, well, before his return, the mark of the beast, and, well, end times, is the digital assets, the currency. It's, oh, wait a second. It's really going to have to be in a part of our infrastructure, our normal financial infrastructure, to a certain extent, in order for all people to be expected to just pay that way, right? With the implant or mark, whatever it may be. So with that being said, and given where we're at right now, and that I really believe we have a season of prosperity and revival coming for I don't know how many years before that happens. So, and that's, I mean, as a Christian, that's sort of out of the norm of what people believe, what believers believe. And if you think about it, people are talking about Jesus' return and how, you know, the world is going chaos and everything. Many pastors were probably talking exactly the same as they were 5 years ago. But here we are. And yes, we've had a lot of chaos. And you could say some things got worse. But we've also had just millions, billions of people realizing some of the realities of our world and thinking differently and waking up and just trusting God more. And there's been lots of good things. Okay. So given all that, you know, I'm always about connecting all of the dots, and even the dots that don't necessarily seem like they relate, but they can. And so getting back to the infrastructure and how far along we are in the world just following, I mean, unless there's like a specific, hold on a second. Hi. Okay. Didn't want to run over a pedestrian. So what was I saying? Without the infrastructure ready yet, and that looking like it's going to be at least a few years, and outside of some cataclysmic events as well, and it happening soon, I just don't see the end times being here yet. And I'm still thinking, I don't know, 5 to 10 years at the earliest. It could be much more. So it's not that I don't believe that, you know, things look pretty bad sometimes. You see all the problems, but no, I just don't think we're there yet. And just like how 5 years ago, we had no clue that this would be kind of how our current reality is, with what happened in 2020, 2021, and keep on going. So with that being said, I do like listening to prophecy stuff if I think it's somebody reliable and being transparent. But the main thing is not trying to guess dates or even year, because we just really don't know the day or hour and year for that matter. So I'm not saying Jesus couldn't return right now, like now, like any moment. But assuming that revelation is true and all those things are going to play out in some manner, it just seems like we're going to have a slow escalation of some nature. And those with eyes to see are going to see it unfolding. It's not going to be like, oh, this war is happening and, maybe it's going to be the end times. No, I don't believe that at all. Just like if you think about it, the last 4 years, how slowly and painfully it played out. And we had faith it was going to work out and things were going to get better. But none of us wanted to believe it was going to take the whole 4 years. Even though since 2022, Trump was saying it, and I believed him that, well, he was alluding to it taking the whole 4 years. I forget the exact quote. But when he said those words, whatever it was, for me, that was a final dot that needed connecting to really believe that, yes, we were going to go all the way to this election and probably have a normal election. But not knowing how it's going to play out, but at least there being the act of an election. And there was actually a more normal election than, as far as optically goes, it was more normal than several previous ones, at least. So, but we saw what it took for us to get to that point, right? To have that red tsunami that wasn't going to be beat, basically. It took a lot of events to bring everybody to that place where it was such a clear path to victory. But nobody was going to quit fighting either. It was just like, win or lose, we're pushing all the way to the end. And obviously that's what Trump did too. I cannot believe the amount of energy he has. Everybody says it because everybody is amazed. I don't think we got to worry about him the next 4 years, energy-wise. If that's his starting pace this year. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to catch up on your input there later, Miss Constitutional Rights. But thanks for sharing. And that's 3.5 years. Okay. Well, yeah, now that we know Trump is coming back, that's a dot, right? We can connect that dot now to the rest of the puzzle if we're talking about the next 5 or 10 years. And okay, so Trump has 4 years and we're going to have another election, right? So who knows? It could potentially go very well for us because we got the momentum, or there could be what would be then the 2028 year of election problems. It's not unheard of, right? So who's to say? I don't know. I'm just speculating, but who's to say at the end of Trump's last term, we got some major turmoil all over again. And your guess is as good as mine. So, but the fact that we have that dot to connect that, yes, President Trump is coming back and we have total confidence in him, well, it aligns with my theory, belief, speculation that I've been saying the last, I don't know how many years, that the best is yet to come, basically. And we have prosperity ahead of us still. So just we should be thankful for that, for where we're currently at, and just all the good events that have been taking place. Amen, Irma. Let's dig into this. My discernment is really saying we should. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, no big agenda tonight, just some announcements, and want to do the normal lives with y'all. So one more time for today, if you haven't already subscribed, check out Matt Savina Music and INFJenius, INFJenius. And all those channel names should be in this video description, but I did not double check all the updates today like I meant to. So I will keep you posted. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. And I will see you all probably tomorrow morning. Like I said, this week I'll probably be doing 2 lives a day until Thursday, when I find out if I'm going to lose that privilege or not. And even if I do, I will just do pre-recorded on all 3 of those channels as I need to, and still be able to give updates. But that's why I'm pushing the secondary channels to get you all subscribed, so it's easier. So, okay. Well, you guys have a good night, and you're welcome. I'm glad you're loving the music. And I got a couple of good songs yet this year coming, besides whatever daily stuff I can do. So I'm excited about that, to share that with you all. So, all right. Good night. Take care, you all.